everybody, and welcome to a new Sims 4 Vampire Let's Play. I am super excited. Like, you guys don't understand. Supernaturals are my favorite thing to play with. In The Sims 3, all I played with was either a vampire or a witch. I didn't really have normal Sims. I never really played with werewolves. But I feel like they could be really super cool in The Sims 4, and I really hope they do something like that. And I kind of played with fairies. I mean, I am now actually in my Perfect Genetics Challenge. You guys should totally check that out. You'll love it. But okay. Settling down a little bit now, because I'm like in your face, like, hey, vampires, yes. I hear that after this, or, like, I hear that, you know, everyone says that rumors about pets. And I'm thinking, I mean, that's definitely a possibility, but it won't be in this, because they always have the quarterly teasers. So it won't be in this quarter. It might even be, like, towards the end of the year or something. But I really hope they have pets, because that's literally the main reason why I even still play The Sims 3 is pets. Not even joking. I just love pets so much. And I have an addiction where, like, I'll have someone who's an animal lover and they'll keep wanting to adopt, and I'll keep adopting because I feel guilty because they're in the need to be adopted, and then, you know, it just automatically replaces them, but I have to. But then I don't want as many pets as I have, and then I just kind of cheat and age them up until I'm satisfied with them and they die, and it's horrible. I have a problem. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm off on a tangent. But if you can't tell, my two favorite packs of The Sims ever has always been Supernatural, like, I'm including vampires in that even though they're in late night, because I really don't care about late night besides for vampires, and pets. But I'm going to get back to the main point of this. So this is a new LP I'm doing, centered around two twin brothers, mostly twins except for their eyes. But one could easily look like the other if they just put in some contacts and shaved their beard or grew out a beard. I don't know. But otherwise, they're the exact same person. And they will be our main characters in this LP. And guys, get this. Get this. They actually have parents. Well, a parent. But I usually just never really care about parents. I'm just like, eh. But I thought it'd be an important part of the story because it really explains their background. And of course, I'll be getting into that. But let's talk about our boys first a little bit. So this is Dominic Kuhn, I think. Kuhn. I don't know. I randomized the last name and I just really liked that name. So yeah, I don't even think I'm saying it right. But Dominic Kuhn, TV. Damien and Lance, as you can see, him and his brother may be very similar, but they're also very different, and they're kind of stereotypically different, but I like it. Don't judge me. So Dominic Kuhn is, well, he loves being a vampire. He loves the power it gives him, like, obviously the powers, but also the powers he has over other people. He loves the attention he gets, and it's just something that, like, you could never imagine being without. Meanwhile, Lance, who's his brother, Lance is so, I mean, honestly, wait. Look at that face. Like, look at that nice, like, scruff, and then his nice hair with a little piece falling down right there. And then his eyes are just like, bah! He's so sexy. Okay. Back to the story. So, Lance, he just hates being a vampire. He doesn't like having people be afraid of him. He doesn't like that he, like, has to... Well, he doesn't have to, but he doesn't like that other vampires feed off of innocent people. Like, he understands if the person fully knows what they're getting into and totally gives permission, but, like, you know, that some people don't know what they're getting into, or you can mind control them into giving you their blood. And he is not okay with that. He thinks it's revolting. But, these boys, I guess they're not boys, but they've been with each other forever. They're twins. They're never not by each other's sides. And they love each other. Like, they really love each other. They're amazing. They're always there for each other. But Lance pretends to be something he's not for his brother. He doesn't want to ever even have to think about losing his brother or losing the relationship he has with him. So, he kind of does what his brother says. And you'll kind of see that where, like, he doesn't want to, like, spar or interact with humans, like, and the intention of feeding off them. He just wants to basically, I don't know how to say this, like, he wants to figure out a way to not be a vampire anymore, but he also knows that he would lose his brother if he did, and he never wants to risk losing his brother because, well, he's almost the only family that he has left. He basically is the only family he has left, if I'm going to be honest. And I will also explain a little bit about that later. I don't know why I just did that. Okay. So, let me show you Dominic's traits a little bit. So, he obviously wants to be the Grandmaster Vampire. Like, he wants to be powerful, and he just wants to basically have control over others. So, he really does need to work on that a little bit. And they don't have jobs. So, I don't want them to have jobs. And honestly, they did come from a rich family, so money's not a problem. All they'd have to do is, like, talk to their dad. So it won't ever really be a problem, which is nice. Because most of my APs are struggling. But the way... I'll explain about their house later. Let's just talk a little bit about who they are. So, there we go. Okay. Dominic is evil, hot-headed, and a snob. And as of right now, he's technically not, like, evil. He's not a good person by any means, but he's not, like, out to hurt anyone. Well, he kind of is. Again, a little later. I'm kind of interested. So, like, number of days lived is the new thing. That's pretty cool. So, apparently he's lived 35 days because he's a young adult. But they are both low-level vampires. They had been living with their parents, and they hadn't really seen a lot of the vampiric life, if I'm going to be honest. They were kind of sheltered away from that. So this is Lance Kuhn. And he is good, a genius, and unflirty. And I've actually never played with the unflirty trait, so I'm kind of excited to see what it's like. It sounds really cool. And obviously he wants to be the good vampire. And he's already almost done with the first thing, because he just has to reach level 3, which he should be at soon. So going into their backgrounds of, like, what's happening, what's basically why they're very sad, is they have a mother and father, except their mother has died. She was killed by hunters. They basically broke into their home and dragged her out into the sun and watched her burn. And the they were obviously present. They were just teenagers. It was not long ago. It was only a couple of months ago that this happened. But they've reached the age of 18, or, you know, they're young adults by vampire standards. They're not going to age anymore, I guess. But they couldn't do anything. They were, like, tied down, and watched basically as their mother died, and watched as their father did nothing to stop it. Their father's name is Finley, and he's also a genius in authority, which is interesting. Lance is a lot like his father, which is probably why he still wants to be friends with his father. Like, he still wants to see his father. Their father actually was a human. He was not a vampire. Lillian fell in love with him, and she probably would have turned him at some point so that he didn't end up dying on her, except he never wants to be a vampire. Like, honestly, if he could, he would have never had children with her, because he just doesn't like vampires, and he wishes that Lillian wasn't, but he loved her, so he kind of got over it, but not at the same time, not really. So, but when the hunters came, he didn't do anything, because in his mind, they wouldn't have tried to come after Lillian unless she'd done something wrong, so he just watched. And to Dominic, this was the greatest betrayal ever, because he loved his mother. They were very close. Like, he and his mother were close, and then he and his father were close. And so he absolutely hates his father. He hasn't talked to him. So the relationship is still the same, but he literally hasn't talked to him since that day. He refuses to. And so that's kind of their background with that. So he moved out basically as soon as he could. They moved into the house that actually had a lot of garlic up around it, which was really interesting, because I got a lot of money from selling all the garlic in this house. I don't know why I can't. Oh, bam, there we go. So this is the house on the outside. I haven't actually looked at the world around it, so that will be interesting. But this is just like, it's a small house, honestly, and they're going to want to try and move up. But in the way that vampires work, basically, in this realm, is that to have a really nice house, you have to, like, earn it. You have to be a certain level vampire. So maybe when, like, Dominic or Lance reaches, like, level 3 or level 4, they can get a nicer house. Probably, like, level 4. But, the only reason they have a house this nice is because of who their mother was. She was a very important vampire. She had been alive for a long time, and she was kind of like, if there was a vampire council, she would have been like the head of the vampire council. There kind of isn't a structure to what's going on there, but so that's kind of the gist of that, which is also most likely why the hunters targeted her, to sort of destroy the way that vampires, like, kind of destroy their government, which is a bad idea. But they did, and they can't really change the fact that she's gone. So this is Lance's room. He refuses to sleep in a coffin. He just tells his brother that to him it's uncomfortable, but in reality he just can't stomach the idea. Like, to him that's like accepting the vampire lifehood. And this is Dominic's room. He took the smaller room so that his brother could have the bed, because he loves his brother. I mean, he probably will end up hating everyone else already. When I tried to make him make relationships, it was really hard. But he does love his brother. And this is just a little study room. I didn't do anything to that. I kept it the way it was. So that is basically where we're at. There is another important thing. You can tell that they're different from the people that they align themselves with. Lance is becoming friends with Caleb Vitor, who is a master vampire, but he's also known as a good vampire. And Dominic is becoming friends with Why did I forget how to say his name? Vlad. He's becoming friends with Vlad, who is a Grandmaster vampire, but notoriously a bad vampire. So that, and like, he kind of is friends with Caleb. Like, he wants to be civil because they're both very important vampires. That's why they live in Forgotten Hollow. Like, Forgotten Hollow is basically the world where important vampires live, and then the other vampires will come and, like, conjugate. That's not the right word. Whatever. conjugate, maybe it's the right word, around and like talk about important issues and stuff like that. So at some point we will be having another important vampire be moving into here, but this is actually where their father lives, because he was married to such an important, like Lillian was important to them, they allow him to stay here. I don't realistically know if he will, because he'll be surrounded by vampires and he kind of hates them, but as of right now he just doesn't have the willpower to go anywhere else. So they're kind of watching over him, letting him stay here. Like, they will protect him. They're not gonna let someone who is important to Lillian basically like fall apart. So like these two, they'll also protect. But that was enough of a spiel. That was a really long spiel, actually, but it was fun. I liked it. Now let's get into a little bit of gameplay, I guess. So it is almost 11 o'clock, which is high vampire time. You know what I hate? When they go all the way upstairs to return a book, when I don't even ask them to, they'll go all the way to the bookshelf. They won't stop when you cancel it, and then they'll still put it in the bookshelf, and you just gotta grab it right back out of there. Literally, this makes me want to kill someone. Because in my current household, I do that every single time. If you can't tell, this is a heated issue for me. But Dominic is just coming up to talk to his brother. He's like, hi. Let me just hiss at you. He knows that his brother is figuring out about vampire lore, so he's obviously going to ask him about it, and then probably, like, Lance is researching for him about it, because he wants to help his brother out. Like, that's what he thinks. That's the whole reason he thinks that Lance is doing this, because he knows that Lance really doesn't care about being a grandmaster, but really Lance is sort of looking for a cure, but we kind of don't know. Okay, don't talk to your brother then. But we kind of don't know if he is, because I don't think he'd ever be able to do that to his brother. It's just really a complicated situation, if I'm going to be honest. But we'll just have him come down here. Lance gave him like some websites to look at. There is... Oh, wait. There is an unexpected human. Should we mess with him? He does want to make an enemy. So we're just gonna like do a nice friendly introduction. Be like, hello. Vampires sometimes pass down their experience to Sims they turn. That's cool. I didn't know that. That's very helpful. I wonder why he's knocking at our door. Interesting. And he does want to drink a glass of nectar. So I'll have to like put down like a bar or something for now in that empty lot, just so they kind of have a place to go that's in Forgotten Hollow. Okay, slowness. Alright, there we go. So I wonder what we can currently do with the amount of powers we have. He's a vampire? This like ugly guy is a vampire? Oh, okay, ready? We don't like that he's a vampire. To us, he's not fit to be a vampire. So we're gonna insult his fang size. What was that we saw? Lane discovered there's an alternate method for vampires to satisfy their thirst. So he can now order plasma packs. So, going off of what I said earlier, although his mother was such an important vampire, she never like told them about what they were. I mean, they kind of knew they were different. They just didn't really understand the whole vampire thing. This jerk. Your mother's a llama. What did he do to us? I am angry that he just manipulated us. Jeer. Okay. So their mother kept the vampire lifestyle away from them because she didn't necessarily want that for her kids. Like, if they want to be a vampire, they can be a vampire. But she wanted them to kind of have a choice of what they lived in. She didn't want to necessarily just talk to them about being a vampire and like doing this and that. So they kind of were raised without knowing a lot about vampires. That's why they're learning. She always cooked the meals and stuff like that. I mean, obviously, being a vampire doesn't fully take to effect right away, but lately she's been cooking them, like, special shakes and stuff, and that's all she'd allowed them to eat, and she said it was because of a diet, but it's not. It was, obviously, plasma. So that's what's going on with that, and he's hungry. I don't think you can feed off of a vampire, though. Go search more. Go away. Your brother is in the middle of something. You don't need to be around this. He wouldn't apologize. The whole time I was trying to have him talk with Vlad, they just like he would say something rude and I'm like, bro, what are you doing? He's important. Oh, okay. So now we're getting into our first fight. We're probably gonna have our ass whooped, but we're gonna do this and we're gonna earn some of this. And it's important. And he's thirsty. Okay. So he has to read from the vampire tome, but he went and probably put it in the gosh darn bookshelf. Oh, he lost. He lost badly. Ah. Are you a human so I can feed off of you? Well, they now despise each other. Drink plasma. Compel for a deep drink. As a new child of the night, as another vampire, it's my honor to welcome you to our family. Your new thirst for plasma takes some getting used to. Remember, thirst can be uncomfortable, but it won't kill you. Here's some plasma packs. So Vlad realized when he was talking to him, like when he was talking to Dominic, that Dominic knows nothing about being a vampire. So, yeah, he does need Vlad. Like, Vlad is important to help him understand what is going on. Bruh, I told you to go and compel someone. What are you doing? Oh, no. Wrong sim. Oh, no. Oh, I'm so sorry, my love. I just made him compel him for a drink. Oh, he is so upset with me. He is so upset with me. I am sorry. Oh. That doesn't make him happy. He wasn't even thirsty. I didn't even realize I did that. Now I feel bad. Well, you're gonna compel him for a deep drink too. We'll kill him, you know? So, okay. So, Lance just discovered about plasma, but he doesn't... Ooh. Oh boy. But he doesn't know how to get it yet, or anything like that. And he's really thirsty. And, he felt like it was something he had to do. I'm so sorry, darling. I feel bad. Okay, but you're hungry, so can we go find a victim? Oh, I feel so bad for him. He would never want to do that. I wish I would have, like, realized what I was doing. We need another human. Gosh. Humans. Maybe they'll just come to our door like that last guy did. But he's kind of like, bro, you just, like, you took plasma from someone? That's amazing. What was it like? Because obviously he hasn't either. He's never had plasma. So he's like, ew. And he's consoling him. He's like, dude, I'm sorry. You got the next one. I feel bad. Gosh darn it. And this guy is just like half dead. Can we? Okay. Oh, I was gonna say, it'd be kind of cool if you could drink from a sim too much and kill them, which I think might be a thing. I don't know. But alright, in the next part, maybe we can get into buying something with our power points. I don't really know what the options are yet, but I will definitely think about it. So I'm going to end this part here. I love you all so very much. Please, please, please tell me what you think. If you have any questions about like their backgrounds that I might have missed, I don't understand, please ask them. And just tell me what you think of this. I really love it, and I hope you guys do too. And please leave a like if you do, because it helps you know you love it. And I will see you guys in the next part. Bye bye.